What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams, and today we're here to discuss the second chapter of the Hotel Transylvania series, Hotel Transylvania 2, from 2015, starring the voice talents of Adam Sandler, Selena Gomez, Andy Samberg, Kevin James, Steve Buscemi, Fran Drescher, Molly Shannon, David Spade, Keegan-Michael Asher Blinkoff, Dana Carvey, Chris Kattan, and John Lovitz. What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again, as always, on the Casa D18 Studios channel. Going to get into Hotel Transylvania 2 today. And as you can tell from the cast list, there's a very heavy SNL presence throughout these movies. Adam Sandler, Andy Samberg, Molly Shannon, David Spade, Dana Carvey, Chris Kattan, John Lovitz. Just a very, very heavy presence of that early to mid 90s SNL, when SNL was really, really good, in my opinion. That was my era of SNL. And a lot of these actors come from that time frame. But we're not talking about SNL. We're talking about Hotel Transylvania. And let's get right into it, shall we? So our sequel opens with the marriage of Johnny and Mavis. And the world has become aware and unafraid of the existence of monsters. And during a night fly with her dad, Dracula, Mavis reveals to him that she's pregnant. She gives birth on Friday the 13th to a boy who they named Dennis. And as Dennis grows up and he starts to near his 5th birthday, he's yet to sprout fangs. And Drac begins to worry that Dennis may not get vampire powers. He may end up being human. Mavis begins to consider thinking about taking her family away from Transylvania and raising Dennis where Johnny grew up in Southern California. And this displeases Drac, as well as Johnny, because Johnny has grown accustomed to the Hotel Transylvania lifestyle. He loves it there. He doesn't want to go back to California. Drac and Johnny come up with a plan, and Drac instructs Johnny to take Mavis to California, visit Johnny's parents, and keep Mavis kind of distracted so she'll decide not to move. You know, hopefully the stuff that she sees in California won't please her, and it'll make her want to stay home in Transylvania. Drac offers to watch Dennis as they go on their trip, but he has ulterior motives. Drac recruits Frank, Wayne, Griffin, Murray, and Blobby to try to help train Dennis on how to be a monster. But everything they try seems to fail. So in a last-ditch effort to try to bring out Dennis's inner vampire, the Drac Pack takes him to Drac's childhood summer camp, Camp Winnipekaka. Now this is where Drac learned how to hone his vampire abilities. Unfortunately, the camp has changed drastically since he attended. Drac holds on, though, to the fact that Dennis is just a late fanger. So he takes Dennis to the top of a tall, unstable tower. in an attempt to force his transformation. Drac throws Dennis off the tower, and as he plummets to almost certain doom, he does not transform. So Drac transforms, flies down and rescues Dennis at the very last second, but this is modern era. The stunt is filmed by campers and uploaded to the internet. And eventually, through the power of social media, the video reaches Johnny and Mavis. Mavis is furious, so she transforms to bat form and flies herself and Johnny back to Transylvania. Drac and his friends reach the hotel mere moments after Mavis and Johnny get back, and Mavis confronts her father for putting Dennis's life at risk like that. She tells him that he needs to accept the fact that Dennis may just be human. And she announces that her, Johnny, and Dennis will be moving out after Dennis's 5th birthday party. She's not going to do it before because all the plans and preparations have been made. So that's going to be their last hurrah, and then they're out of there. Drac then hangs his head in shame when Mavis tells him that he may have allowed humans into the hotel, but he has yet to allow humans into his heart. Mavis invites her grandfather, Vlad, to Dennis's party so that he can at least meet Dennis, his great-grandson, once before they leave Transylvania. And considering Vlad's old-school mentality, Drac tells Johnny to have all the human guests dress up as monsters, kind of like a masquerade ball. Vlad accepts the invitation, and he brings his monstrous bat-like servant, Bela, with him to the party. And upon Vlad meeting Dennis for the first time, Vlad believes that fear may cause Dennis's fangs to sprout. So he uses his magic to possess a stage performer who is dressed as Dennis's favorite TV monster, Cakey the Cake Monster. And he does this in order to try to scare Dennis. But Drac shields Dennis's frightened eyes at the last minute and breaks Vlad's control over the performer. Drac then exposes the deception to Vlad, who is outraged that Drac has accepted humans as guests in his hotel, as well as allowing Mavis to marry Johnny, a human. Drac confronts his father, tells him that humans are different now, and Mavis becomes incredibly upset at Vlad's behavior. And while the family argues back and forth, Dennis flees the hotel with Wayne's daughter, Winnie, and they hide in their treehouse. The children are attacked by Bela, who overheard Mavis say that Dennis is a human. When Bela injures Winnie and threatens to destroy the hotel, Dennis's rage causes him to grow his fangs and his vampire abilities manifest. Dennis fights Bela, but Bela summons his giant bat minions. Drac, Johnny, Mavis, Dennis, and Johnny's family, as well as all the rest of the monster guests in attendance, team up to take on and defeat Bela's monsters, driving them away. Bela, livid at the turn of events, attempts to kill Johnny with a stake, but Vlad intervenes, shrinks Bella and tells him to never bother his family again. Bella attempts to flee, but is caught and licked by all of Wayne's werewolf pups. Now that Dennis has his vampire abilities, our movie ends with Mavis and Johnny deciding to remain in Transylvania and raise Dennis with the monsters like he deserves to be. You know, I talked yesterday about the whole exposing new generations to these classic monster horror creatures: Frankenstein, Dracula, werewolf, blob, invisible man, mummy, etc. And in a lot of trilogies, after the original, they really start to fall off. I don't think Hotel Transylvania did. Was it as good as the original? That's debatable. But it definitely didn't drastically slide down. I thoroughly enjoy Hotel Transylvania 2, and especially the nods to other classic characters. Drac's father, Vlad, is a nod to Vlad the Impaler. Bela, his right-hand man, obviously named after Bela Lugosi. So just right there, those two little nods. Really, really love those little touches, those little nuances that they threw into the film. I am a little bit glad that Frankenstein's wife's role was reduced substantially in this one. There's only so much I can take of Fran Drescher's voice. I love Steve Buscemi as Wayne the Wolfman. Granted, I'm already a huge Wolfman fan. Wolfman is my favorite classic monster. And Steve Buscemi is just an all-around great guy. Amazing actor. So for him to be that role just solidifies it for me there. When it comes to my ranking for Hotel Transylvania, I'm going to go 4 out of 5. If memory serves me correctly, I gave the original 4.5. 4 out of 5 I feel is fair for this one because I don't think it was as good, but it definitely didn't drop too much. I did love the addition of Mel Brooks as Vlad. I don't remember if I threw his name out there when I did the opening credits. If I didn't, I apologize. But Mel Brooks as Vlad, Drac's father, amazing addition to the cast, even though he doesn't come in until the very, very end. Dana Carvey, Chris Kattan, like I said, all did good. CeeLo Green stepping out as Murray the Mummy, I was a little hesitant about, but I feel Keegan-Michael Key did a great job filling in, carrying the role on. You barely noticed that CeeLo Green was missing. 4 out of 5 stars for me. Let's not forget to get out there on the social medias. Hashtag Casa D18 Studios, hashtag Renegades Reviews, hashtag Renegade Returns, and of course, the ever popular hashtag Shenanigans. We interrupt this episode of Renegades Reviews for an important announcement about
merchandising.
Merchandising? What's that?
Merchandising. Come, I'll show you. Merchandising, where the real money's made.
Make sure you go over to teespring.com/stores/Jeff Meacham Network for all the t-shirts you see here from the West Coast professor, Jeff Meacham himself. You can get shirts for the Jeff Meacham Network, Talk Wrestling, as well as the red and gold Meachamania shirts. And while you're there, don't forget to get your shirts of the Casa D18 Studios Brotherhood, the Dads on Wrestling shirt, the Renegade JJ Williams, Statboy Sports Bar, and the hashtag Statboy Approved shirt. make sure you go over to teespring.com/stores/Jeff Meacham Network and score your shirts today. Don't forget to do what that commercial just told you. Get out there, go to teespring.com/stores/Jeff Meacham Network. Score all your official merchandise of the Jeff Meacham Network. Get you your logo t-shirts, Talk Wrestling, Meachamania. Get you your official t-shirts of the Casa D18 Studios Brotherhood, Dad's Not Always on Wrestling, Renegade JJ Williams, Statboy Sports Bar, hashtag Statboy Approved, and so much more. Tomorrow, right back here, exclusively on the Casa D18 Studios channel. Make sure you tune in for yet another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, where we close out the Hotel Transylvania saga with Hotel Transylvania 3 Summer Vacation, starring the voice talents once again of Adam Sandler, Selena Gomez, Andy Samberg, Kevin James, Steve Buscemi, Fran Drescher, Molly Shannon, David Spade, Keegan-Michael Key, and Asher Blinkoff, as well as Mel Brooks returning as Vlad, and we introduce to the fold Catherine Hahn and Jim Gaffigan. Definitely not going to want to miss the conclusion of the Hotel Transylvania saga tomorrow, right here on Renegades Reviews. Thank you for all of you guys that tuned in during the premiere, leaving your comments over here. Let me know what you guys think about Hotel Transylvania 2. Is it up to par with the original? Is it better? Is it worse? Let me know. Those of you watching it on demand, leave your thoughts in the comment box below here. I will get back to you, as I always do. Thank you again for joining me. I appreciate each and every one of you, my loyal viewers, and I will see you guys next time.